Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at this LEGO set, which is actually not a Ninjago set. Instead, it is LEGO Icons set number 10358, the LEGO Transformers Soundwave. This contains 1,505 pieces, retailing for $180 USD. Now, why exactly are we taking a look at this set? Well, believe it or not, in addition to being a massive Ninjago fan, I am also a massive Transformers fan, and I have been very much covering the other LEGO Transformers as they've been revealed and released so far. But now we have Soundwave, who just so happens to be not only the first Decepticon released by LEGO, but also my personal favorite Decepticon. So this was kind of a no-brainer for me to get. And I gotta say, this video will be very positive as I only really have one negative surrounding this set, and we will talk about that, don't you worry. But I just wanted to make, again, a quick video talking about this set best as I can, considering I am not a professional LEGO review channel. I hardly do reviews here on this channel. However, like I said, this set was just way too cool to not talk about. I've been sitting on this set for about a month now, so my thoughts are very much fleshed out. And I gotta say, once again, I really like what I see here, with only one big problem. But before we jump into things here, I must say the box is incredible. I love these LEGO Icon boxes. I just think they look so sleek, so artistic. I am a really big fan of how this one looks, especially with all of these Soundwave pictures all over the thing. Just wanted to say this is a box that I am definitely going to keep. So first things first, because there are no minifigures to talk about, let's start with the accessories that you get with Soundwave, and I think we have some very awesome accessories here, all things considered. The first thing that you get is this little collector plaque thing. The other Transformers sets also include something similar, not so much like this, but again, this part is very similar to what we've seen before. However, we do have a little Soundwave here, like a teeny tiny little mini Soundwave, which I do really enjoy. That's just made using a couple of different pieces. Of course, Soundwave is in his radio cassette player mode thing, whatever you want to call it here, and it just attaches to the stand with a couple of studs like so. Yeah, really awesome little display piece for Soundwave. Also, I will say too, you do get an extra brick here, so you can swap out, I guess, which tape you have in Soundwave, the mini Soundwave here. So options are very much available. Speaking of tapes, you do get two tapes in this set, two little Soundwave minions. These are Ravage on the left and Laserbeak on the right, and I really enjoy how these little mini cassettes came out. Of course, these are Soundwave's little minions, so to speak, little minicons, if you will. And again, these are just two small little tapes. They're not built exactly the same, but of course they do serve similar functions. They both fit inside Soundwave. We will look at that here in a second. And they both transform from their little cassette modes into their alternate modes, I guess. Starting with Laserbeak here, just because he's my favorite Soundwave minion of the two that you get in this set. You will start by flipping up the bird head, which is just tucked down in there. Then what you're going to do, take the bottom of the cassette and actually fold both sides down so that you get this kind of look going. Those are going to be his legs. And then finally, you take the sides of the cassette, pulling them out like so, and readjusting them as you see here, and that makes the wings, and there you go. You got a little Laserbeak, little bird guy. How cute. You also do get these two things. These are actually rocket packs for Laserbeak, and they do attach to him to kind of make the full look. They just kind of plug in these holes right there. And yes, this is unfortunately a little bit of parts forming. You can't transform the thing fully with these rocket boosters attached or anything like that, but attaching them will give you the completed look, and that is more so the Laserbeak that I know and recognize from the original Transformers series. Yeah, good stuff there. Laserbeak looks great, just again unfortunate with the parts forming. The same thing can be said for Ravage, the other cassette that you get in this set. Now, to transform Ravage, very similarly to Laserbeak, first things first, you're going to want to flip out the head. In this case, we have a little tiger, puma, little, panther head there. Not exactly sure what you would call Ravage. You're also going to go ahead and fold the tape down like this, trying to, again, get that cat look. You are also going to flip out the little feet here on all sides. All 4 legs will be adjusted in some way, and these will eventually, like I said, form the feet and, I guess, yeah, the legs for Ravage. And there you go. You have a little, again, a little cat, a little puma, if you will, a little panther. Now, like Laserbeak, you do also have these couple of things, too, that will plug into Ravage, again, to complete the look fully. These just kind of attach with these 2 pegs on the back of Ravage, right there and right there. Basically, you have holes here. You just want to hook up the peg with the hole like so, plug it in, go get your other one, plug it into the other side just to make his little rocket pack, and there you go. Just readjust his legs a little bit, give him some level of pride as a little Soundwave minion, and there you go. You got little Ravage. And again, these minions, they're cute enough, I will say. There's a hair on that one. I do like the little Decepticon logos that they have, and I would love to see maybe other minions for Soundwave get made in the future. Not sure how likely that is, but I'm sure people at this point have made a bunch of customs of the other minions. It's just in this set you get 2. I think 2 is good, but I would love to have seen maybe 1 more minion included, maybe 2. Maybe Rumble and Frenzy, possibly. Moving on to Soundwave himself, here we have Soundwave in his alternate mode, the little radio cassette player, or again, just radio mode here. And I gotta say, I love that they went with this alt mode for Soundwave. I think it looks amazing. It very much feels like Soundwave, and it just makes sense, right? The other 2 Transformers Lego sets were very G1 inspired. Would make sense that this guy is too. Now, the radio mode, it's not like perfect. It doesn't fit together exactly, and I will show the transformation here into robot mode in a minute, so stay tuned. But again, the back is kinda whatever. You can pretty much do whatever you want with the back here. I don't really care about it too much, and there's probably a way to make this feel a lot more clean, but as of right now, this is just what I'm doing. Again, don't really care about the back too much. I'm not going to display Soundwave in cassette player mode, and I'm definitely not going to display it from the back, so who cares? But the sides might be a little bothersome to some people. I get it. To me, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, I think the fact that we have just a solid radio mode works a lot, and I really enjoy everything about this here. Also, we have some stickers up here too. Lots of stickers in this set, but I like it overall. And again, that piece especially right there in the center, the little clear piece with the Decepticon logo, that is beautiful. I love that piece. It's so good. It comes in this little special package inside the set when you're building the thing. It looks awesome. Also, not to mention the colors here are really awesome. Dark blue, gray, and yellow. Very Soundwave. I love it a lot. And radio mode, again, just works so well for me, especially because it's kind of functional. You push this button up here, the thing opens. Love that. And you can take one of your little cassettes then and just pop them into Soundwave like you see here, close it back up, and you are good to go. Now we have Laserbeak in Soundwave. That is so cool. You can also push the button again. Again, take this guy out, put Ravage in if you would like. Very cool stuff there. You can't fit both cassettes in at one time, just one at a time, but still, I love how that works too. Function-wise, I love this, especially, again, with the included sound brick, which is one of the highlights of this set. You might see a play button there. If you push play, Soundwave talks. Or, plays music. Little Transformers jingle there. Yeah, and then, you can push the thing and eject Laserbeak. It's really cool. The sound brick has so many voice lines in there, so many little audio cues and just little snippets of Transformers dialogue and, again, sound effects. And it's just so great. You know, it would make sense that Soundwave would have a sound brick. Kind of wish the other Lego Transformers did too, but I can't fault Lego for including one with Soundwave. It just is so awesome. I love this overall. Might just be my favorite of the Lego Transformers sets, just based on, again, the alt mode alone and the functionality of it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the robot mode. So for transformation, I'm going to try my best to record this here. It's probably going to be super messy, but first, going on to the back, you're going to want to detach some things if you have some things attached. First of all, this part comes right off. This will be his shoulder cannon. Put that off to the side. This over here, unplug it from that hole right there. This is his gun for robot mode. Put that off to the side too. And now we are just left with this brick, which you will need to transform by first coming around to these things and unhooking them. They are plugged in. Just unhook them like that. Same thing on the other side. After you've unhooked those couple of sections, you will come down to the bottom of the thing, grab these two sections and push them down like that. Same thing on the other side too. Kind of hard to do when holding the entire thing up, but you can just fold them down like so. Then you're going to want to take both sides and do a bit of this. That will free up the legs, bringing down the rest of the leg like this and actually rotating the entire thing. That's going to give you the leg pretty much all done. Then down here at this section, you're going to fold this. This will flip around to the back and just kind of sit there. Then you will flip down the foot, and there's an awesome method in here for building where everything else just kind of falls into place like that, and you have a leg done. Same thing on the other side, of course. And there you go. You have 2 legs of Soundwave. Amazing. Now, moving on to the upper body, this is where things are really going to get messy. You are going to take these 2 sections and flip them forward there, just clipping them in to the sides of the body like so. You are then going to want to readjust the arms as you see fit, kind of center him in frame there, and flip down the hands. There we go. Perfect. Next up, you're going to want to take this section, pull it down like that, so you can pop up the head from inside the thing, like you see here. Also rotate the head around. I'm sure this looks amazing on camera. And close that up and you're done. Well, I mean, pretty much done. You are then going to want to take this cannon that we put aside earlier, and that will just go on his shoulder right here. So plug that guy in like so. Awesome. And take his gun. Give him his gun. And with all of that being said, you have yourself here Lego Soundwave in full, all built up, all transformed, and looking amazing. I decided to take you guys off the tripod for this one because this guy is very tall, doesn't really fit fully in my very small space here. Again, not a professional set reviewer, but overall, yeah, Soundwave in robot mode looks amazing. I am very much in love with what I see here. We will talk about articulation here in a second, but just in terms of sheer presence, I really enjoy Soundwave. He looks awesome, he looks intimidating, and most importantly, he looks like Soundwave, you know? They pretty much nailed it here. Soundwave does have a very blocky design just by default, especially G1 Soundwave, and I think they nailed it here. Just look at this guy. He looks so great. I love him so much. Great colors as well. Same colors, obviously, as the cassette mode, and I think he just looks, again, just so fantastic. Let's take a look at the upper body here, which again just looks incredible, especially the head design. Again, Soundwave doesn't have like any specialized printed face or anything like that. That is all brick built, and I think that they nailed it. That very much looks like Soundwave. I love that design. They also do give you yellow bricks if you would like to swap out his eye color to yellow. I prefer red eye Soundwave, so I will leave it like this, obviously, but they do give you the option. Options are there, and that's nice, I suppose. Very much love the chest, how that looks too. Again, that is the entire front of the cassette player mode, which means that all of the function is still there too. You can still push the button up here and the chest still opens, so you can load up different cassettes if you want, and the play button still works too, and it still plays sounds. What do you have to say this time, Soundwave? Oh, you're transforming, are ya? Yeah, so basically, you know, all the sound effects still work. All of the cassette player function still works too. You can still switch out which cassette you want in there. Awesome stuff all around. I think this just looks amazing. Shoulders are great too. Again, you will see a lot of stickers on this mode as well, but the arms look pretty good. Some people have said that the arms might be a little bit skinny. Not sure if I agree with that. I think he looks still just amazing. Maybe they could have beefed up the arms a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad. Of course, you do have some hands, more on the hands here momentarily. Going down the body here, the legs look awesome. The legs, I think, are perfect, just perfectly capturing that Soundwave silhouette. You also, again, do get his massive gun, which plugs into his hand perfectly too, just using, albeit a cheater method, obviously, but that is to ensure that Soundwave can actually hold the gun securely and it's not going to flop out and fall around. Still, awesome design for Soundwave's gun. Looks amazing, looks impressive. I really am happy with how that turned out too. Soundwave also looks awesome from the back. Of course, it's kind of gappy in the legs there. That's more so just for transformation, but the rest of the back looks amazing. You can see right down in there. That's where the sound is coming out of for the sound brick, so kind of obvious, but still appropriate considering that it's Soundwave. But yeah, very clean back, looks awesome, looks impressive. Can't really say too much about this from the back. In terms of articulation, Soundwave can move his head pretty much any way you want. Soundwave's head is on a ball joint, so you can get even a very good upwards, motion if you really want out of it, but you might want to tuck that back in there, just to make it look more sleek and more Soundwave-like. But again, the head is on a ball joint, awesome stuff there. The gun, or the shoulder cannon, can't really move. That's just stuck in place, but that's whatever. We already talked about how the chest can still open. That is still something that you can do in robot mode. The arms have a few joints. Ratchet joints at the shoulders, which do allow for a lot of movement there. Forwards, back, obviously. Not so much up and down because of just how the thing is built, but you still can get some decent poses out of the arm. You also do have an elbow here, which definitely works as elbows should. You kind of have a double jointed elbow in there, getting a lot of range of movement there. That just looks amazing too. And the hands do have individually articulated fingers. We do have 3 fingers and a thumb. You can also pose the hand to turn it like that. And again, you can make him flip you off because of course you can. That is a necessity. Really glad Soundwave can do that as a Decepticon. That just makes so much sense. Unfortunately, there is no waist joint, which again, not sure why there would be. But in terms of the legs, again, this is kind of scary to do like a lot of the other Lego Transformers, but you can get some decent movement out of the legs. You can go in and out, obviously. That's more so for transformation, but you can still use it as articulation. Not so much forward and back, doesn't really work like that, so we can't really get a good kick in there. Probably not going to be able to pull that off even if you wanted to. However, you do have an excellent knee bend. Yeah, there we go. Some knees. Soundwave has knees. Look at that. Not sure if you can see that. Soundwave does indeed have knees, which is awesome. At least he has knees, right? That's just great to see. And for the feet, you do have a little bit of ankle tiltage there. The feet at the bottom also have these tires, which again are just to prevent the thing from sliding around completely. But overall, that's pretty much it for articulation. Very good for Soundwave, in my opinion. He pretty much has everything that he needs. I mean, sure, more articulation could have been used in some areas like the waist, for example, but overall, I think Soundwave is rather well articulated for what he needs. He pretty much can pull off any pose that Soundwave needs to do, and I'm pretty happy with the solid construction of this guy overall. The other Lego Transformers sets I've had issues with things falling off, especially during transformation, and just overall. I haven't really found anything on Soundwave that's like that, at least not yet. I've had maybe the hands fall off a couple times, but that's just about it. Nothing really major to report on here in terms of problems, except for one thing that we will get to here in a second. But overall, I really enjoy Lego Soundwave, just overall as he is. I think he looks awesome, feels awesome. Can't really complain too much about how this guy feels in terms of an actual, figure, let alone a Lego set. He feels solid, he looks solid. really happy with how this guy turned out, all things considered. I am very much happy with my purchase overall. I really like this LEGO Soundwave. Now, one of the final things that I wanted to do was, of course, compare the LEGO Transformers Soundwave with the other two Transformers LEGO sets, Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Gotta say, I love the look of these three together, and I really hope that LEGO continues this Transformers series. I would love to see characters like Megatron, despite how difficult that one might be to make, or even Starscream. Maybe just other Decepticons, Shockwave, Grimlock even from the Autobots, just whatever. No matter what they decide to do next, I probably will be getting it because I've been really enjoying these LEGO Transformers so far. Soundwave might just be my favorite of the entire bunch. Now, before we wrap up this video, really quick, here's a quick look at the instruction booklet. Again, very nice, very professional instruction booklet too. A lot of awesome details inside. And here we have the spent sticker sheet and the spare parts. Yes, this set does include a few stickers. Just a few. No, there's a lot of stickers. So to wrap up my thoughts on the LEGO Transformers Soundwave, the only thing that I will say is an issue here is the price. I'm not crazy about the $180 price tag. Seems a little steep for this set, not gonna lie, and honestly that is the only negative that I have to say because this set is awesome. I love pretty much everything about it. Sure, I could nitpick here and there, but again, the only real problem that I have with this set is that it seems way too expensive. Why does it need to be $180? This is probably a $150 set when you value out the parts, and even then I might say, you know, LEGO's pushing it. However, again, the transformation might jack up the price a little bit, and paying for the Transformers license also might do that. Still though, I do think this set is a little bit too expensive for its own good. Again, that's my real big complaint. Otherwise, I adore this set. I love how it came out. I love how it looks with the other two Transformers sets so far. I love the accessories. I love how Soundwave is built. The transformation is very Soundwave, and I love that LEGO gives you a few different options in displaying this guy. So overall, I'd say this is a pretty big win and an awesome set. Might be one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time now. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to check out this video. If you guys did enjoy this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.